We're East of Angels.
And you're watching The Red Booth.
Hi, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to The Red Booth Show. On tonight's episode, I have an awesome band named East of Angels. And stay tuned till the end for a special segment on the new movie Neighbors 2 that just came out this weekend. So come and join us. Oh, hey guys, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Yes, this is awesome. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves to everybody?
I'm Kevin Sanchez, lead singer of East of Angels.
Hi, I'm Lillard Anthony. I play guitar and do a little singing in East of Angels.
That's right. And don't you also play harmonica?
Yeah, I play the acoustic guitar and the harmonica, and occasionally there's a tambourine on my foot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that means you have to sort of like kick your feet at the same time as...
It's more of a march.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marching and also playing the harmonica and the guitar at the same time.
Yeah, so my next step is I'm going to put some cymbals between my knees.
There you go.
And, yeah, then all these guys are going to be fired. Just going. So,
You don't need me.
yeah, we don't need anybody.
This very much reminds me of my childhood watching Mary Poppins for some reason.
He has an umbrella. You have an umbrella.
I do. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All the chimney sweeps. Do you guys dance too?
We got some moves.
We got some moves.
You got some moves?
I got a few.
I want to see the moves.
Choreography is good.
Okay, we'll wait for the music video.
Okay.
So I know that you just had an album that just came out. Why don't you tell everybody the name of your album?
Sure. It's the self-titled East of Angels EP. It was out April 26th, and we're really excited about it. It's on iTunes and everywhere else digitally.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. So it's self-titled. I know you guys are kind of new as this band,
Right.
East of Angels. And you guys just recently sort of formed this band, right?
Yeah, these are songs that I wrote that I've been playing for quite some time acoustically.
Right.
Now, and we got this EP out, and we've got a full band together, and we're ready to go now. So
Cool. So are these band members people you have been in other bands with as well?
Actually, it's his drummer from a different band.
Okay.
We got him, and then a guy named John Tisa, who plays bass. Great bass player. We didn't have a bass player at the time. He's gonna sing and he's gonna play acoustic guitar, and then I was gonna play electric guitar, and we knew Brian was gonna play the drums. And then John Tisa is just like a friend of his who kind of fell into the role. He showed up after 2 days and he had learned all the songs. So
yeah.
Wow.
so it was great, and he was gonna just fill in for a little while, and we thought it was amazing. So now he's our bass player.
And it
It's a
just
great
worked
band.
out.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's awesome. Now, how did you guys come up with the name East of Angels?
Well, it's kind of paying homage to my roots. The city of Los Angeles is as an influence on the music that I write. The Angels is, clearly the city and Hollywood and all that stuff. My family's been in this country for 3 generations now. And since we've been here, we've always been in East LA.
Okay.
Every generation we move a little farther east. But, it's kind of an homage to, like, what I feel is, like, the hardworking, like, people that really drive the city that are out there. And that's where I come from. So.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And so what would you say the name of your genre is, or the sound of your music? Because to me it's sort of kind of folky a little bit and a little bit rock and...
Yeah, we'd like to consider it folk punk. Little...
I could see that.
Yeah, it's got lots of different influences. Folk punk and little country here and there. Sometimes
Even
it's
a little
just
ska,
rock.
like maybe...
We haven't incorporated any ska. I don't know. That's something we're gonna.
We grew up on punk and ska, so
Yeah.
it might be there subconsciously, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty awkward. I just totally threw out the wrong genre of music. Thanks,
Nah,
guys.
I used to play in a ska band. So did he.
I did too.
It reminded me of ska when I went to like Skank and Pickle and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so-
Skank and Pickle.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
That's awesome. I love Skank and Pickle.
That's cool. Well, then good. I'm glad I mentioned ska.
Yeah.
But no, I really do like the way that it sounds, and it does have a punk flair for sure, along with country. So, yeah, I think that's really exciting, and people should go and check out your new album. How many songs are on the new album?
It's an EP, so it's 5 songs.
Okay. So it's not an album. It's actually an EP. So that's qualified as 5 songs.
Album EP. I don't even know. People only do singles nowadays. So 5 songs is actually a lot for the first release. So it's all good though.
Do you guys work with a record label, or are you guys independent?
No, we actually made this record in my studio. So
In Orange County.
In Orange County, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for driving up to Burbank, by the way.
No problem.
That's really
I'm excited to be here.
So you guys all have to go down to Orange County and do this in the studio down there?
Yes. It's East of Angels, Los Angeles-based band, first EP in Orange County. So, yeah.
Hey, well, we're all Southern California. We're all
Yeah.
family here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. On that note, we have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with East of Angels.
I really wanted to put a deck on my house.
The floor was creaking, and there were cracks in the wall.
I had them put in walls in my basement.
Well, the whole thing was done on time, on budget, and not a day of work was missed.
Alpha Structural is a top-rate company. I'd recommend them to anybody.
If you live in a hillside home and gravity is pulling you towards the edge of the cliff, I recommend you call Alpha.
It was a real pleasure to work with Alpha.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
All right, and welcome back to the Red Booth Show. We're here with the band East of Angels. So, how's it going, guys?
Going well.
Yeah. It's nice.
I like being in the red booth.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, it's cool.
I need a milkshake, though.
I know, I've been waiting for the waitress for a really long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a Grand Slam. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. We just
Denny's is going to sue me now.
We just got a Denny's shout out.
Shout out to Denny's.
Moons over Miami.
Late nights. These musicians they need somewhere to go.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's right.
They're always there for us.
They're always there.
In any town. There they are.
Denny's an awful house.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
Me and Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I used to play in this band, and Kevin came to one of the shows, and we started hanging out, and so he started playing in bands too, and so we would do shows.
What was the band you were in?
I was in a band called Putnam Hall.
Okay.
And
in Orange County?
In Orange County.
Okay.
Yeah. And so.
And you went down to Orange County to see his band?
Yeah. Growing up, you go everywhere to watch music,
Yeah.
I think the first time I saw him was at Chain Reaction in Anaheim, and I played in a ska band at the time.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Called
Thank you.
And this was a little over a decade ago. Hardcore was huge at the time. I had a lot of friends in hardcore bands that were doing pretty well. We decided to throw a show. I don't know why. It ended up in Pomona at a place that no longer exists.
What was the name of your band?
Oh, back then,
The ska band.
that band was called The Variables.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
Good luck finding them anywhere on the internet.
Okay.
But
that was before the internet.
yeah, yeah. So we threw a ska versus hardcore show.
Nice.
And Lillard's band was the most established at the time out of them, so we hit them up. Hey, you wanna headline this ska versus hardcore show? And they're like, hell yeah! And they come out. Awesome. We're all excited that they were coming to play.
And were you the lead vocalist? Or?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, and hardcore won that night, but
Badly.
hands down. By the time they got on stage, it was empty. The hardcore kids showed up, and when they were done, they were gone. They were out. Yeah.
You're like,
Sad
where's
for
my
ska.
ska people?
They had straight edge obligations apparently or something.
Oh my
going
god,
on, you know?
I have to tell you the funniest story about straight edge, okay?
Okay.
So everyone knows, well, they should know straight edge means basically someone who doesn't do drugs and doesn't drink, basically, right? Like that's the general term.
Yeah, no drugs, no abstinence, and
And
you know,
abstinence?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
then,
sex,
never mind.
no alcohol, no substances, no fun. much respect if you are straight edge, though. It's hard to do.
No,
we respect
I
it,
just didn't.
You know?
I was ill-informed. I thought it was just no substances and no drinking and stuff like that, or no drugs, basically.
Yeah, it's the whole myself, my friends, my family thing, you know?
It's supposed to be vegan too, actually.
Really?
If you're like hardcore.
Straight edge.
Yeah.
If you're super hardcore, you're also straight edge. Then you're also vegan.
Yeah.
Really?
So vegan.
Well,
no
that's the
sex,
new
no
that's
drugs.
the new version of straight edge, I guess. Okay, so
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free straight edge. Yeah. So I just have to tell you a really quick story.
Okay, yes.
One time I got pulled over with a friend in a car, and I was a teenager, and I knew the term straight edge. Well, I thought I knew that it meant that you don't do drugs or anything, right? And they're like, basically, like, you're clean. You're a clean person. You're clean living. So the cop pulls me over, and then I basically, I was a passenger, so I didn't officially get pulled over, just for the record. And I was trying to let him know, like, don't worry, because he was having my friend get searched and, like, checking if we're some sort of, I don't know, bad guys or something. And I tell him, I'm like, I'm straight edge. And then he goes like, and like grabs for his gun and like, you know, kind of thinks I'm throwing gang signs at him. And I was like, that's not what I meant to do. I thought, anyways, I just had to tell that story because
The cop did not understand.
he did not know what
not
straight
know what
edge
that
was. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was back in the day. Anyways, please continue telling the story about your hardcore versus ska.
Oh yeah,
situation.
hardcore won.
Yeah, I think that's the end.
Yeah.
That was the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
Scott got spanked.
So then you didn't go back to Pomona to this place after that.
They tore it down, so that would have been hard to do.
They were like, "Boo! We are tearing this whole place down."
Yeah.
That sucks.
We played recently in Pomona, and it's still a big hole in the ground where that place used to be.
True.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. So where did you play in Pomona this time?
We played at a little spot called DBA 256. Nice little beer and wine bar. Yeah.
Cool.
Really hard name to remember though.
DBA 256.
Doing business as. They didn't get that creative. They were like, DBA, we'll just call it doing business as or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you guys play locally, I'm assuming, a lot up here too, right?
Yeah, in LA. Yeah, we're getting ready. This EP just came out, and what we got planned?
We got a lot of stuff planned.
Yeah.
We're not announcing anything yet. But we got a lot of stuff in the works, so it's pretty exciting. So follow our social media at East of Angels on Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff.
So they can find out where you guys will be
Exactly.
performing and everything.
Yeah. Actually, the day the record came out, we had this idea. It was really cool. Kevin played an acoustic set in 4 different venues on the night the EP came out, and we just kind of like, it's kind of a secret thing, and so we just put it like little messages on our social media where he was going to play next. And you know, our fans from our other bands and some of our friends came out, and by the last show, Kevin played to a big audience, and it was a great way to do a guerrilla launch party for the record. It was really fun.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
Where
fun.
did you guys launch it at?
Well, we haven't had our official launch party
Yeah,
yet.
that
That
was-
will be to be announced.
That was the secret launch party.
That was for
Oh, that was like the unknown
Yeah,
launch
that
party.
was like the
Only if you're in the
underground.
know do you know about that one.
That's the Hollywood way.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, we're gonna have to take another break. We'll be right back with East of Angels.
I really wanted to put a deck on my house.
The floor was creaking, and there were cracks in the wall.
I had them put in walls in my basement.
Well, the whole thing was done on time, on budget, and not a day of work was missed.
Alpha Structural is a top-rate company. I'd recommend them to anybody.
If you live in a hillside home and gravity is pulling you towards the edge of the cliff, I recommend you call Alpha.
It was a real pleasure to work with Alpha.
I love you.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
And welcome back to the Red Booth Show with the band East of Angels. So I know you guys have shows coming out, but you're not allowed to tell us. So people have to go on your social media. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Sure. All of our handles are East of Angels. So it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all at East of Angels. That's where you can find us.
Very cool. Do you guys have any music videos coming out soon?
The first music video will be shot very soon. It should be out in the next, I want to say, couple months probably. Yeah. And it's going to be for a track titled Stillworth, track 3.
That'll
Nice.
be the single for the
Yes.
record.
Yes.
That's great. I know it's kind of interesting nowadays the way people release these EPs and then the singles and promoting them all over the place. Do you guys have a method that you plan on using, or do you have advice for people that are trying to release a single like that?
Do you have any advice for that?
Advice for people trying to release music?
Yeah.
Find a friend like Lillard and just do
Lillard
it.
has a studio in Orange County.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I've learned from this process is just do it. Just go do it. Just find some friends, or just pick up an acoustic guitar. Just find somebody that will record you. There's plenty of people trying to collaborate and get their stuff out there, and just stop waiting around. Just go do it.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be perfect, you know.
Clear.
Yeah, I think completion is just the name of the game. You know, you just gotta just finish it.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
And then what sort of ways do you guys promote your album? I know everything's sort of online nowadays. So what do you guys do with that?
You know, we're gonna use social media, obviously. It's the cheapest and the best way to do it. And so just content. You know, I think people gravitate toward personalities, and Kevin and the band has really fun personalities, and I think it'll work out. So.
Cool. I wish I could have met the rest of the band. We'll have to have them all up here later sometime.
We'll tell them you said hi.
Okay, good. Hi to the rest of the band. You guys have 3 other members, right?
2 others.
2 other members. Yeah. Okay, so you have the drummer
Brian
and
Brian
the
Ducroix.
bassist.
Yeah.
And I thought there was a keyboardist.
No.
That's you.
Yeah.
You're
I
the
play
keyboardist and you play
Play
guitar.
guitar, yeah.
Okay.
But
Very
he does
cool.
foot tambourine.
He does the foot tambourine.
So
That's right.
that's his expertise. I don't want to step on his
Yeah.
toes, pun intended.
So I guess I was thinking like, you're self-released. So that's what I mean. Like you're self-released.
Yeah.
So you got your stuff onto iTunes,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's all these other streaming, like you know Spotify and things like that. I'm
Right.
guessing your album's up there too.
Yeah.
So they can definitely go find those.
Definitely.
Now, when people are releasing things that way, do you have a way of pricing stuff? This is for independent musicians and dealing
Right.
with the way online sales are. How has it been for you on deciding like pricing and making money? I guess doing this.
Apple's pretty straightforward, so you don't really get to choose with Apple. What you sell at shows is totally up to you. I think nowadays, since people don't pay for music, it's kind of a different ball game, you know. So it's
That's
tough
a sad statement that people don't pay for music.
It's true. So it's really true, and that's why, you know, really great bands are dying off that aren't established. There used to be like a big gamut of bands from really little bands to really huge bands and then middle bands, and those middle bands have gone away because it's hard to sustain a living being in a space where you can't sell your music, which is the main product. But there are ways around it. I think you know, if you have the right sponsorship, or if you have the right lifestyle, it'll work out.
Sponsorship meaning like some other third company or you know entity that's there sort of backing you guys.
Exactly. It doesn't necessarily have to be a record label per se. It could be like Red Bull's doing amazing things with their bands. And they have this whole kind of like omni-channel idea of a lifestyle plus product plus band and music. It's this really brilliant model.
I've heard really good things about them actually because I think they are very selective. They only take on like one artist a year or something like that, and then they really just promote them a lot, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys trying to get on board with some labels like that?
That would be great. I love Red Bull. So
Cool. Hey, check it out, Red Bull. Well, yeah, I know it's a big struggle for independent artists dealing with the pricing for online sales and stuff, and I think that's actually becoming a sort of a big movement too, because the bigger bands are speaking up about it and people with more power. So hopefully that will change for everybody, but otherwise they can always go and get your merch.
Yep.
So
That's absolutely true. So.
And buy tickets to our shows.
Yeah.
And do you guys get a good chunk of the ticket sales too?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like,
depends on the venue.
He's like,
but yeah.
He's like, I'm not supposed to say what.
It always depends.
Yeah.
It does depend.
And what's your favorite place to play in?
That I've played, man, just I like just playing anywhere on the Sunset Strip. Usually, I just the history and everything. It's always a good time.
I'm so bummed about the House of Blues.
Yeah, I played there like the week before, so that was fun. I got to do one more there, and
oh, that's great.
Yeah, and I went to see Social D close it out.
Oh man.
And yeah, as far as like singer-songwriter spots, Hotel Cafe in Hollywood's a great spot.
That's a great
to
place.
Play. Yeah, they always have great local like singer-songwriters and stuff there, so that's a great spot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm particular to the Troubadour. I love the Troubadour.
Yeah,
oh, I love the Troubadour.
That's my favorite place.
I can't believe Guns N' Roses just played there. Like, that's crazy.
They did. Yeah. Axl broke his foot.
What?
Yeah.
At the Troubadour?
At the Troubadour.
Okay, wow. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's sitting on Dave Grohl's throne right now, finishing his tour.
Okay, yeah, I heard he loaned him his throne. I was wondering what happened. I didn't hear what happened.
Yeah, I was at that warm-up show at the True.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow, bummer. But it was still a great venue, good choice. Yeah. And I look forward to being able to find out where you guys next will be playing, and everyone else will be able to do that too online. So go and check them out. You can find them at East of Angels on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above. Yep. Cool. Thanks for watching the band East of Angels on
The Red Booth.
Ding.
I feel so close to you right now.
Welcome to Phi Lambda. Yay! No, we don't throw parties here. In the United States, sororities are not allowed to throw parties in their own houses. Only frats can.
This is a sexist, restrictive system. We're gonna start a sorority that can party the way that we want to. What's the name of our sorority? Kappa.
Kappa Nu.
Yeah! We are the first sorority that can party. Welcome to our sorority, Kappa Nu.
We're never gonna sell our house with a sorority living next door. What are we gonna do?
Maybe it's not that bad. Girls are usually quiet. They don't really take hard drugs. And they're much smarter. Oh no, I killed a girl.
I'm on painkillers, bitch! Kappa Nu!
We need somebody who can relate to stupid young people.
Hey neighbors, let's shut this shit down.
For my theme song, my leather black jeans on.
Good disguises, everyone. You look like a psychopath.
It's a clown, man. People love clowns.
Christ, just stop doing that.
Middle America pack.
They're trying to dismantle our sorority.
I got an idea. We go with the airbag trick.
That's not gonna work.
If it worked with guys, why won't it work for girls?
These guys are idiots. It's a little hard to call the cops without a phone.
Give us that back!
No!
Oh!
What the?
It's called a cord, dumbass!
Give old people phone!
Those girls are out of control.
Get away from me! They're using their sexuality as a weapon. Someone help me!
Get out of here, you animals!
This isn't working! You're only making them sexier!
They don't understand that there's no I in sorority.
There's two, actually.
There's just one.
No, that's a Y.
No in the middle.
That's an O.
SOROITITY.
Sorority?
That's how you spell it.
You think the titty is silent? Stop it! Stop it! We thought that the theme of growing up had like an organic place that it could go, you know, and that people that the characters were interesting enough that maybe you would like to see what happened next in their lives, and that could be relatable as well. That was a lot of what we thought was potentially what would be exciting about a sequel.
I was excited about the potential for a sequel because I just really love this group of people. I think everyone in it is very funny, and we really just scratched the surface on the first one. So I just feel like there's more to do with this group, and rather than like write a whole new movie that we all magically fit into, it was convenient that they came up with a sequel.
Yeah.
So I was really happy.
Yeah, once Seth and the writers everyone got the right story, and then we were all really excited to do it.
Yes.
It's just finding the conceit again.
Yes.
It's hard. Sequels are challenging.
It's hard finding an idea
Yeah.
that warrants its existence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think we did that.
Well, it evolves so much that from the script. You start with the script, but then we tend to, there's a lot of improv and there's writers on set who are pitching different jokes, so it's very spontaneous.
Yes.
What makes us laugh on the day.
The scene where where Ike and Carla are pretending to be our Jewish neighbors.
That is exactly the one I was thinking of.
For some reason.
That is exactly the one.
As we were filming it was just.
I just died.
Really made us laugh really hard for some reason. It was just so. It's not. I mean, it's a funny scene, but it really just
on the day
in the moment just was so ridiculous for some reason.
So it was
it got us.
It's still funny in the movie.
It got us good.
And what do you think it is about a sorority? Because personally, I love the first movie, but this one was so funny because I'm a chick and I really related. So what do you think it is about having a sorority that makes the antics even crazier this time around?
I think part of it is that they're far more justified in their goal than the guys were in the first movie. So you were kind of rooting for them a little bit more, I think, in some ways, which kind of gives you the leeway to have them go a little further and you still are kind of on their side because, again, what they're doing at the end of the day is pretty much good for humanity. And so, so that was an interesting thing with the girls.
Yeah, I feel like the conceit is that they're in this position where they're not allowed to party, the girls, and so the fact that they're actually worse than the guys were is sort of funny because we assume that they're not going to be as bad.
Yes,
and there's
exactly.
This whole setup of they'll be fine and they'll be great and they're smarter and they're this and that, and it's all these presumptions go out the window, which is as it should be. You should never
Never assume.
Never assume.
You make an ass out of you and me.